retaliate in the open, they know if we retaliate independent and we did not succeed, the same people now on Facebook and social media yapping fathers were the ones responsible for the collapse of Biafra in 1970. They told Ojukwu to stop fighting. They told Effiong, oh, don't worry, we cannot bear this pain anymore, you must surrender. When Onwatuegu said, let's go to the bush and fight a guerrilla war, they formed BOFF.
But if you're new to Twani Reports, kindly click on the subscribe button to join the community of great minds, and also click on the bell notification to get notified as we upload new content. We'll be uploading lots and lots of wonderful content on this channel, so make sure you click on the bell notification icon to get notified as we upload new content. Now to the news of today.
Just a problem that comes with a new nation. That is the stuff that IPOB is made up of. We are here to fight this very battle and to win it. All the way through, we have fought countless battles and we have won. We are also going to win this one. This very broadcast is for IPOB, especially all over the world, and Biafrans in particular, for them to understand what faces us. We are not doing buying and selling here, not profit and loss. Today you do something and tomorrow you get it. Look at the same saboteurs that flood baby Sabo. Of course, I need to give them the feeding bottle. They need warm milk. They buy them data, and they are trying to convince people that have gone to battle before with the zoo when they have done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can you compare what we have done with what they too have done? The answer is no, because there is no basis for comparison. This is something you must understand. The politicians on the warpath, they have recruited their people. It's election time, of course. Some of them are looking for money to complete their houses. Some of them are looking for money perhaps to pay their rent. So they will do everything humanly possible to serve the interest of the politicians within their midst. But initially when they came to us, they never told us that they were here to serve the purpose or to serve the mission of zoo politicians. And we know them. And one by one they shall fall by the wayside. That is something that we ought to understand, and that is something that should guide us as we proceed this very evening with this very broadcast. It has come to my attention, of course, that some people may have elected to misinterpret what I have been saying regarding election boycott. The same way some Lagos Badogota media attacked my expose on Buhari, but today everything I said about the impostor Jubril is unraveling. Just before we came on air this evening, this news broke. Quite funny, isn't it? I read it for you. This is a quote from a publication. President Buhari will not participate in the presidential debate. The good works he has done in 3.5 years is there for all to see. And again, the mammoth crowd that greets him in all the states he has gone to campaign is an indication he has the mandate of 90% of Nigerians to return. This is from the oracle of lies himself, Lai Muhammad. Now you begin to appreciate what I'm saying. I told you here, Ikechu, I don't know if you can recall, I told the world here that Jubril will not attend the debate. Did I say that or not? I told you that Jubril will no longer wave his hands in public. Has he been waving any hands in public? He will not remove his cap. I told you that I explained all these things to you live on air from here, the studios of Radio Biafra in Israel. Some of you thought I was joking, and today it has happened once again. And you don't ask yourself questions. I see things that people cannot see. We understand what we are doing more than any other soul on the face of this very earth. If you know the obstacles we encounter all over the world as we lobby people, then you will feel sorry for Biafra. Some of you don't know what we are in for. We have seen it, and we are battling it on a daily basis. Battling it on a daily basis, and we shall overcome each and every one of the obstacles that enemies have set before us. Anything we ask you to do, you must do it. Because everything we've asked you to do before has led us positively forward towards attaining our goal, which is the restoration of Biafra. What does the issue of Jubril tell you? It goes to confirm with Lai Mohammed saying that Jubril will not attend this very debate. It goes to the heart of what I've been telling you. that Jubril will never ever participate in the presidential elections because he's not Buhari. I outlined every scientific evidence in the book. I did everything to try to convey to the whole world that Buhari is dead and Jubril is there. But the interests that control the zoo, the oil and gas lobby and oil and gas interests all over the world, connived with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and some Yoruba people because they want the presidency in 2023 to do the best they can to kill the story. But you cannot kill the truth. And the truth of the matter is that Jubril can never ever debate. Only two unscripted questions in a debate and he will fall apart. People will know he's from Sudan. That is why he will never ever participate in a debate. I don't know if are we going out at all? Very good. This evening I will offer definitive clarity to remove whatever ambiguity that some of these Johnny-come-lately mischief makers may have introduced in their desperate attempts to dampen the spirit of people. I want to state categorically that we IPOB in the forthcoming elections, starting with the February 16th presidential elections, we are going to boycott it. Understand this very clearly. There will be no... I know that some of you that pretend you are hardcore Biafrans that are working for APC, the vice presidential candidate, and they want Atiku to win. Understand this very well. And these political parties are washed with money, have come to Facebook and other social media platforms to recruit some of us who were previously shouting they're hardcore. Like the disgraceful bunch in Anambra that collected 3,000 naira from Obiano to go and vote. I saw the video clip. You were part of the 3% that voted in Anambra. And shame on all of you. A very big shame. We must proceed. We are boycotting elections and why those governors responsible for the death of our people should not be allowed to continue in office. Dave Umahi and Okezi has killed our people not once, not twice, but repeatedly. The only reason why Operation Python Dance is more pronounced in Biafra land is because of the governors that you have. That is a fact. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny it. I don't want this IPOB that I lead not to be able to think critically. Is it because I left broadcasting for 4 years that we don't reason as we used to do before? Is it because I have not been preaching? Is that why we have forgotten how to reason properly as we used to do before? Anytime we want to agitate for Biafra, as we do every blessed day. What I mean to say is that anytime we want to take it up a little bit, our activities on the ground, Dave Umahi and his cohorts will arrange for the army to come and kill us. Some of you don't know this, but it's true. Dave Umahi gave a press interview where he acknowledged that Python Dance is working for him. Buratai said that Python Dance chased me away from Biafra land. All of you, you read it every blessed day, but you pretend that you don't read these things. If Dave Umahi is not there, will he be able to bring Python Dance? It's a very simple logic, Where are we going to operate? These are the men that banned our activities on the ground in Biafra land. That is why if they see you with a Biafran bangle, they arrest you and they call you a terrorist. Fulani headsmen are not terrorists. No Fulani Awasa governor has ever called for the labeling of Miyetti Allah as a terrorist group. Why can't you ask yourselves this question? Why is it that Operation Python Dance, that was announced as a nationwide exercise, has its footprint in Biafra land? Have you not seen their convoys all over the place? How do you think you can stop it from happening next time? You follow exactly what I tell you. Because I have never failed before, and we can never fail now. Do exactly what I tell you to do, and Biafra will come. We've been saying this from day one. Why is it that most people that claim they're fighting for Biafra cannot sustain the heat? Why? Why do you think they always find solace in gossiping and inboxing you all the time? Because they want to join IPOB, and we said no, that they are saboteurs, they are traitors, they cannot come in. Don't you know that? Because they know what we are doing is correct. I don't want us to be seen as people who do not have the interest of IPOB at heart and the survival of this very great movement. Allow me to repeat, and I will keep saying it this evening throughout this very broadcast. We are boycotting the elections. Understand it. If you are incapable of making that distinction between our boycott of elections and the removal of Okezipas and Dave Umahi, then you're not worthy to be in IPOB. You must understand that very well. And as I have said before, and I'll keep saying it, there are people who are on my Facebook this evening, my Facebook page, and I said, rather than gossiping, give me your questions. It will be sent over here. Iketuku is here to read it, and I will answer it live on air. Do you know how many people we have lost since this Operation Python Dance trace started? Courtesy of Okezipas. Why is it there is this high level of kidnapping in Abia State and nowhere else? Kidnapping by DSS and the army. Who do you think is responsible? So after Okezipas might have finished colluding with the zoo army to massacre our people, somehow we allow him to walk back into office. What does that tell you about us? Of course, we said no elections, yes. But Okezipas did not allow the sleeping dog to lie. They brought Okezipas and Dave Umahi, brought destruction upon our people without repentance. And if we continue this way, very soon, I assure you, Ebonyi State will be like Kwara State, taken over by the Emirate. Dave Umahi is the modern version of Afonja. If you don't know, go and read about him. He was a Yoruba prince that invited the Fulani to come and help him fight his own brothers in Yoruba land. Today, the consequence of that is that Kwara State, Lauren, has an Emir instead of an Oba. The same nonsense will happen in Ebonyi with the way that Midget Umahi is going. I'm saying this, go and write it down somewhere. When it happens, people will tell you that there was a time when NNAMDI KANU said the same thing on Radio Biafra. Is there anything that I've said before that hasn't come to pass? Is there anything that I have said to you that has never come to pass before? Do you think we are here to joke or to play? We are very serious about what we are doing. Very, very serious. If Dave Umahi and Okezipas remains in office, believe you me, Ebonyi State will be like Kwara State. Do you know they have the largest Islamic secondary school in Ebonyi State? In the whole of Africa. Are you aware of that? Some of you do not know, but go and have a look for yourself. No, I don't want to get it wrong, in West Africa. Because Africa includes North Africa, that are mainly or mostly Muslims. Go and check. Go to Afibo and see what is happening. Then you will understand the danger that Dave Umahi and Okezipas pose to the survival of our race. They are evil and they must go. We are boycotting every election. Understand me very clearly. But Okezipas and Dave Umahi must go because they are evil. Can you imagine somebody proudly announcing to the media that he's happy his people are being killed? That he's happy with what Operation Python Dance is doing? A governor? Lord have mercy. A governor. And then you ask them, what did IPOB do? Oh, it's the way they talk. They carry a Biafran flag. They don't listen to their elders. But I'm older than some of you. that claim your elders. And what have you accomplished since 50 years ago that the war ended? Absolutely nothing. All you do is to bow down before Fulani Caliphate, one after the other. When you finish, you introduce your brother. When you finish, you introduce Onyotimpu to a Fulani man. Look at the way they were following Atiku and smiling like a he-goat. People without honor and dignity, which is what IPOB has come to restore in our people. There is nothing complex or complicated about this stance, unless some of us have very limited understanding of what is expected of us. Some of us don't have an understanding as to what our duties and responsibilities are. We are not going to vote, take that to the bank. And Dave Umahi will not be there. Go and reconcile that in your brain and understand why I said that those two men must go. Because they have been killing our people. Anybody supporting them is in support of the slaughter of IPOB family members. You must understand this. And at the right time, they will pay for it very dearly. I see some people writing and asking us, oh, why don't we fight them? Why don't we go to war? But you are one of those that as soon as you lose an argument, you plan on how to leave the struggle and start your own, or start being a full-time professional saboteur and informant. Some of you make me laugh. You go into a debate with somebody. You know, that's the thing about, I don't want to talk about black people. That is something that is very unique to our people. That is why there is always 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 associations all the time. They break up. They divide into like an armware, but they keep dividing into pieces all the time. Do you know why? When you lose an argument, you don't live where you are. You go back, you study very hard, you come back, and perhaps win the next argument. Not when you when you lose an argument, you run away, you start throwing tantrums like a little baby, as if you're important, when clearly you're not. The only reason why some of you have any degree of relevance is because you attach yourselves to IPOB. Without IPOB, you are nothing. That is why for you to become relevant or talked about, you must talk about IPOB, NNAMDI KANU, HMF, or who else you wish to discuss. Without mentioning my name, you are irrelevant. Nobody will know who you are. So that's how you draw traffic to yourself. That's all, if at all you do. If you lose an argument, go back and sharpen your skills and come back. IPOB was built on winning arguments. That is why we are the largest mass movement in the whole world by none. Because we know what we're doing. The evil APC federal government, Dave Umahi, Okezi Ikpeazu, and Willie Obiano, committed unpardonable and unspeakable crime against the people of Biafra. And those of us at the front line of this very effort in Biafra land have had to endure wave after wave of murderous, Fulani-controlled Nigerian army invasion. The crimes they have committed are so heinous that we can never forgive Obiano, Ikpeazu, and Umahi. Never, ever, ever. Isn't it bizarre that Rochas Okorocha, do you know nobody died in Imo State? He locked up our mothers. Yes, of course, it's a very useless thing to do. But funny enough, Rochas Okorocha never gave the order for anybody to be killed. But we demonstrated in Owerri. I passed through Owerri many times. Isn't it bizarre that this half Fulani, half whatever he is, had the common sense to say nobody should open fire on IPOB? He's an Hausa man. But those that claim that they are Igbo, they are Biafrans, do you know what we saw during the war? Some of them were even 6 years old and they're claiming they saw the war at the age of 6.
So that's all for now. Kindly like this video and also share it, and please do not forget to subscribe for more amazing videos. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.